Shir sponsor Lunish Bazar Bakshom Lab Sitzchok. We're holding in Bava Kamo Daf Chovov. We're starting Daf Chofiyam with base in the bottom. The Gemara says 4 lines from the bottom. V'teheh shein v'regel chayav b'rshus Rabbi mikal v'chemer. So this is something we find many times in Shas. We just came and learned a structure. Shein v'regel, in Rishus Rabim they're potter, and Rishus Hayachid, when you go into the Rishus Hanizak, they're chayav nezek shalom, the full payment. Karen is chayav in Rishus Rabim chatzi nezek, and in Rishus Hanizak we learn the machlekes. Tavin says chayav nezek shalom because of the kavul chaymer, and Rabbanan say no, it's chayav chatzi nezek. So now the Gemara is going to say, now that we have these things, Karen Rishus Rabim is chatzi, Rishus Hanizak chatzi. Shen v'regel Rishus Rabim is potter, Rishus Hanizak is shalom. Now the Gemara is going to challenge each one of them and say, why don't you learn from each other? Let's do kavul chaymers and learn from each other how to, maybe we'll compare Shen v'regel to Karen, and then we're going to go through all the scenarios. It says the Gemara, V'teh Shen v'regel chayav b'Rishus Rabim. Let's have Shen v'regel be chayav in Rishus Rabim. Mikal v'chaymer. Uma Karen Rishus Hanizak ein mishalem chatzi nezek. Karen that in Rishus Hanizak we learn it's only half a nezek. Rishus Rabim chayeves and Rishus Rabim still chayav. Shein v'regel Rishus Hanizak mishalem nezek shalom. Shein v'regel then Rishus Hanizak that does pay a full payment. Ein erdish Rishus Rabim chayav. So of course we'll be chayav Rishus Rabim. Omakor ubir b'zdei acher v'loy b'Rishus Rabim. That's exactly the case. Shein v'regel is chayav only b'zdei acher, only in the sod of the nizak. Now Rishus Rabim. Continues more Daf Chovov. Midi kula kamina. Palkul kamina. I'm not asking you to be mechayev Shen v'regel in Rishus Rabim 100%, only 50%. So the pasuk will be miskayim. The beer b'zdei acher you pay full, and if not, you pay only half, like Karen. Omakor v'chotzu es kaspo ikaspo shel zev lekaspo shel acher. Exactly because the only chatzi nezek we have, except Sroiris, which is a side point, is only in Karen. You don't have chatzi nezek in any other thing. Okay, so Shen v'regel cannot be chatzi nezek, and Mimele can't be nezek shalom because it says beer b'zdei acher. V'lo yiteh Shen v'regel chayav Rishus Hanizak el chatzi nezek. Okay, so Shen v'regel now in Rishus Hanizak should be only half a nezek, not a nezek shalom. Mikal v'chayim Karen, let's learn from Karen. Uma Karen Rishus Rabim chayeves. Rishus Hanizak in Shalom el chatzi nezek. Karen Rishus Rabim is obligated to pay, but Rishus Hanizak pays only half. Shen v'regel Rishus Rabim p'turo, that outside of Rishus Hanizak is potter. Ein erdish Rishus Hanizak mishalem chatzi nezek. So of course we'll pay half a nezek and not more. Omakor yishalem tashlum meli. Yishalem, it says loshen yishalem. You have to pay mitav sadir mitav karmen yishalem. You pay fully. So okay, so now let's care on Rishus Rabim should be potter. Why? Uma Shen v'regel Rishus Hanizak nezek shalom. If Shen v'regel Rishus Hanizak is a full payment. Rishus Rabim p'turo. Kem Rishus Hanizak chatzi nezek. Ein Rishus Rabim p'turo. Of course, will be potter. So again, we tried to cover all bases. So we started with the fact that maybe Shen v'regel should be chayav Rishus Rabim. Then we say maybe Shen v'regel should be only chatzi nezek in Rishus Hanizak. Now we're saying maybe Karen should be potter Rishus Rabim. So the more Omakor yichtzun ein chatzi nezek choluk lo Rishus Rabim lo Rishus Hayachid. It's extra word that says the word yichtzun to tell you that you will do half a nezek everywhere. So now that's it. So the Gemara says all psukim. Now we're going to address another question. Now that we mentioned kavul chaymers, learn from each other, so we want to address something else. Adon with kofer. We know that when an ox kills a adon, if it's a muad, it has to pay nezek shalom. If it's a tam, we'll see later in the home, it's a machlekes. If you pay chatzi or you pay 0. And when a human being kills a adam, there's no kofer. Kofer is lashon kapara. It's a special payment that needs to be done when there is a murder, when there's a killing that's done by the axe. So says the Gemara, "V'yodam chayav b'kofer b'kal v'chayim mikal v'chayim." So adam should be chayav kofer. Uma shor sheinu chayav b'aradvoim. Shor is not chayav in the 4 payments that a human being has. We mentioned previously. We'll get back to. Chayav b'kofer is chayav b'kofer. Adam shechayav b'aradvoim does have 4 payments. Ein odin shechayav b'kofer. So of course should be chayav b'kofer. Omakor kechol asher yushas olav. It says whatever is going to be valued or assumed on him, and that refers to the kofer. All of the Adam, dafka on him, not an Adam, meaning only short kofer, not an Adam. So okay, so we spoke about kofer. Let's go to Abadvar. The 4 other payments that Adam has, because all the payments, what the payments? Nezek is everybody has; they have to pay the damage. Tsar is the pain that was caused. Ripui, how much you have to pay a doctor. Sheves, which is how much does he lose for not going to work, and Boishes, which is embarrassment. Says the Gemara, Shor shows be chayav no 4. Ma Adam sheinu chayav kofer. Adam was not paying kofer. Chayav ba'arbad voim. Shor shechayav kofer. He does pay kofer. And did shechayav ba'arbad voim. Of course, that should happen. Omakol ish ba'amitu v'lo shor ba'amitu. It says in the pasuk that when Adam hurts his friend, he pays 4 things. It says ish ba'amitu. A person it hurts his friend. A person not a shor. Okay, so that's what we're learning for the Divim Psukim. Yibai, the boy has no question. Regel shador sol gabeitinu b'chatzais. Now, because we mentioned kofer, so we asked the question of kofer. Kofer we found by Karen. What happens if you have kofer? Do you have kofer in other obviously zikin of an animal? Or explains. By the way, regel shador sol gabeitinu. You have a regel that stapled on a baby. B'chatzais, where regel is chayav. Ma'u shetesham kofer. Does it pay kofer or not? Mi amrinon mi diave Karen. Similar to Karen. Karen kevandova trade tata zimni or who. Karen once it does 2-3 times, it becomes its norm, and it has to pay nezik shalom, and it pays kofer. Umishav kofer achanami lishno. Karen shav regular is basically Karen. Just Karen takes 3 times to get there. Shav regular is already there. We're dealing with Karen kavanos lazer. We know maybe Karen is something else. Karen is because he has intention to hurt. If that's different than Shabbat, it'll never be in the same category. And that's only there you pay kofer. How ain't kavanos lazik? It's Shem the regel, there's no kavanos lazik. So he says, even though the Gemara is asking the question on regel, the same question applies to Shem. Do you pay kofer if an animal ate and killed somebody? If a person puts his ox into the courtyard of his friend, and this shor hurt the owner. Hashor b'skilo. Shor b'skilo because he killed Adam. Ubaylu ben tam ben mun mishal kavishom divra b'tafim. He has to be kofer, not half a kofer. He has to be full kofer, even though he's a tam. Right? Mishal kavishom divra b'tafim. Kavishom b'tam b'tafim. We know that. Where do you get the kavishom? As we mentioned, there's a machlekes by tam if there's kofer at all or chatzin ezek. Chatzin kofer. Why would you pay full kofer? How does Rav get to that? La mishum the sovel kavei dom at tam mishal chatzin kofer. El, ma you have to say that he holds you do pay half a kofer. A tam pays half a kofer. When an ox kills an adam, if it's a mur, it pays kofer shal. If it's a tam, it pays half. Like the same by nezek, it pays half. But kofer also pays half. Like we said, Rabbanan argue and they hold there's no kofer by tam at all. And so you do pay chatzin kofer b'rishus rabbi. Umay is a kavachayim miracle. And you learn kavachayim for regel. What's the kavachayim for regel? As Rashi says over here. What's the kavachayim? Mashem regel shiptur mishus rabbi. B'rishus means that they pay kofer. Karen, the b'rishus rabbi is chatzin ezek. Of course, we'll pay kofer shalom chatzin ezek. Meaning, short time that has an advantage over Shem regel that it pays in the b'rishus rabbi. So if Shem regel pay kofer, then of course we'll pay kofer. So you see, Shem regel pay kofer. I'll make a kofer regel. That's the kofer. I'm not sure nerdoi tane mini zigin the regel ma'asilo. The kavachayim is not for kofer. Don't tell me if Shem regel that are potter they pay kofer and Shusan Izak. Karen tam that pays chatzin ezek. Of course we'll pay kofer shalom b'chazan ezek. You're not learning for kofer. You're learning from nezek. Uman nezek that Shem regel potter and Shus Rabin they still pay full payment in chatzan ezek. Karen there's chayov. In Shus Rabim, of course, we'll pay a kofer shalom chatzar nezek. You learn from nezek to kofer. And just to add one more thing, as Rashi points out, Rabbi Yisrael Glili, we're still going to Rabbi Yisrael Glili, you have to have a kofer in Shus Rabim. So he said this, if Shem Regel's potter in Shus Rabim pays fully in Shus Nizak, nezek, Karen that does pay somewhat koifer, chatzik koifer, which is rabim, of course will pay a full payment in Rishus Nezek. So you learn from Shiva Regel to koifer, going from half to full. So more Belifra still can ask, Mal Nezikin de Regel, Shekin Yeshtom Beish. Nezikin of Regel, they are by Eish, meaning when a Regel does a damage, what is the Nezik the damage does? It's any type of damage the Regel does. It steps on a Kli. The Kli is not a good example in a second. But it hurts somebody. The Regel goes and steps on a person's foot. You pay for it. By bor, also, if a bor causes Nezik to a person's foot, you pay for it. Koifer, you have no koifer by bor, only by shor. There's no koifer in a pit. So if so, what is the more saying? You want to bring a raya from the Ziki de Regel to pay in Rosh Nanizak. So Koshik koifer you'll pay. No, but the Ziki de Regel apply by bar. Koifer doesn't apply by bar. Says the Gemara. I skipped the bar. The first thing is Eish, then you get the bar. So let's go back. Why is it the Eish also pays Nezek, but doesn't pay koifer? So therefore, we made a why have a So the one be Tom. What do you mean Tom? Tomun, whatever's hidden, as we learned earlier, you don't pay. Eish does not pay anything hidden. So you made a Kavachomer goes like this. Uma Tomun. That by Eish is potter, it's still Chayav Beregel. In Rosh Hashanah, Koifer, that you Chayav in Rosh Rabim with Regel is potter, of course will be Chayav in Rosh Hashanah. So more Mal Tomun, you can Yeshiva boy. Now we get the boy. Okay, Tomun, there is the Nezek of Tomun, even though it doesn't apply by Eish, it doesn't apply by Bor. So you're going to have, you can't learn from a Ziki to Koifer. With Koifer, you don't have a Bor. So when we Kalim, what about Kalim? Kalim, you're potter in Bor. And you have in Regel. Malakim, Sheesh to Beish. Get back to the question. Kalim, you have an Eish. Which, my Koifer, you don't have Eish. So when we Kalim 20. Kalim 20, you have not in Bor and not in Eish. Here we find an item that in Bor you're potter, in Eish you're potter, but in Regel you chayav. Still to koifer that you're going to be potter in these things. In Regel you be chayav. I mean, still to koifer, and take a step back. So Tamun, Kalim 20, Bor is potter, Eish is potter, Regel is chayav. Koifer is potter in Regel. So, but you still say, if Regel has nezek, then the potter in Bor and Eish, but Regel is still chayav and Shus and Izak, Koifer, that there's no, you don't have in that Koifer, which the Karen has in Shus Rabim, of course you'll have in Shus and Izak. Says the Gemara, Malakeh Turim, Sheyesh Dom B'Odom. Yeah, but Odom is Chayav Kilpunim, is not Chayav Koifer, as I said before. So you have a Pircha, you want to say Kavochem, if by regular you have Nezek. So Koshka B'Sho you have Koifer is different. Ela Shvami no me Koifer, the Regel might say lo, Ela might have to say, there is Koifer in Regel. And that's the Kavochem. If Regel was Potish the Rabbim, is Chayav Koifer Shalom and Shus and Izak, Karen is Chayav the Rabbim, of course Chayav Koifer Shalom and Shus and Izak. I'll make a Koifer Regel, Shvami knows. The conclusion of the Gemara is, there is Koifer in Regel. This makes sense. What does make sense? If you hold there's no Koifer Regel, the time in Nizikin the Regel, my son, you learn from Nizikin, Nizikin the Regel, she can Yesh the Regel. You don't have to run to Bor and to Eshet Adam. You want to say right. If Nizikin you put the Rabbim, you have Shus and Izak. So Koifer Bekeren, then you put then you have Shus Rabbim, of course you have Shus and Izak. I'll say no, 1 second. Koifer you don't have Koifer Beregel. Nizikin you have Beregel. According to Regel itself. Nizikin there is Beregel, so there you have Shus and Izak. Koifer that you don't have Beregel, you can't learn. Ela Shvam, you know the Koifer Beregel might say lo. When you see there is Koifer. In other words, the Kavochem will not hold. If you want to learn, there's no Kavochem from Regel if Regel is not of Koifer. Because if I want to learn from Regel, what are you going to say? Regel that you Potish Zarabim, you Chayav Nezer Shus and Izak, Koifer that you Chayav Zarabim, of course you Chayav Shus and Izak. So yeah, but Koifer is different because there's no Koifer in Regel. Right? So you can't learn from Nizikin and Regel to Koifer the Regel. To Koifer of Karen. So you see from here, if you do a Kavochem, that means there is Koifer in Regel, and that's why you have a full Kavochem. Okay. the Mishnah. Adam muod lo'ilo. Bin shoykeg, bin mezid, bin bin yosher. This is the rule. This is the rule for Hilchos Tazikin. And Adam is always chayav, even if he's up, if he's shoygeg, if he's mezid, if he's awake, if he's asleep. Simes ein chaver v'shibres hakelim mishanim zek shalim. He made a friend blind. He broke the kelim. He pays an nezek shalim. In all these cases, he's going to be chayav. Now, there's one nekuda here just to know that Toys points out, that we'll see that there is that Toys is going to say later in the Chavzayim. He's going to tell us that although Odom Amazik is chayav always, there is oinsim. There's sometimes when it's really oinis, Odom Amazik is patur. And the way Toys explains it is that there's like Kineva and Aveda. Like we find Masher Masocher, Kineva and Aveda. What is it? Stealing is more of an oinis than losing. A person who lost something is more negligent than a person that something was stolen from him. Odom Amazik in the level of Avedo is responsible. And the level of Geneva is not. So there's a certain level of responsibility that we put on the Odom Amazik. He's chayav in shoygeg to a certain degree. That's the status, or we shouldn't argue, but the subject on its own. Says the Moktari Simas Ein Chaver doing the Yeshiva Zakir. So we end the Mishnah with an cryptic combination of Simas Ein Chaver, blinding your friend, and Shiva Zakir. Mao som nezek in arbod dvarim loy. Right there, it says nezek. Nezek, yes. The arbod dvarim loy, meaning you don't have when a person breaks the kelim, you don't pay the 4 other payments that Adam has. Why? The chayav dvarim is only let's say there's no arbod dvarim in kelim, only another. So we say like this. When a person blinds his friend, he doesn't pay any other payment except nezek. Rashi explains why. But if he's shaygig, you don't pay the other 4. Shaygig, you don't pay the other 4. It says in word that Chaval on base. Really. How do we know that nezek you always chayav? You pay for the damage. The chayav shaygig kemezid vel oines kirotzon. To chayav somebody for shaygig like mezid and oines like rotzon, he has to pay the whole thing. So says the Gemara, no, but we need the pasuk of something else to teach you that even when a person has nezek, you still have to pay tzar. Tzar means causing pain. I don't think you cause pain to somebody, you chayav, only if there's no damage as well. But if you have damage, you don't pay for the pain. You have to pay for damage and for pain, it's 2 different things. That's what it says. Petza will teach you that thing. So when you get into a crow, petza befetza, my tachat petza shvami no tarte. For that drush, you could just add the word petza. Petza, don't have to say tachas. The fact you have tachas to teach you an extra limud that you have even in shagi, even in oinis. Omer Rabba. Now Rabba is going to cover green cases and compare it to different things that you have to have a certain type of kavanah. Person is holding on to a rack. We didn't realize that he's holding on to the rack. The Amud, the Nafla. And he got up and the rock fell and it caused either damage or something else. Li'inyan Nezikin Chayav. By Nezikin you have an Shegi, you have an Oinus. A person, although a Mazik, he caused damage by having a stone fall from his hand, he's Chayav. Then Abad Dvarim Patra. Abad Dvarim needs to be B'Kavanah, B'Mezit. Li'inyan Shabbos, if he moved on Shabbos in Shus Rabbim, Melechus Machshavas is also Torah. You have to have Melechus Machshavas. You have to have intention to do a malacha. This is not an intention. It's almost misasek. The person just got up and it fell. And there's no chiyuv in Shabbos. Linyan Golus Pater. To go to Golus is Pater. Because by Golus needs to be some kavanah. Here you have no kavanah at all. Linyan Evet, meaning do you have to pay for hurting a Evet? Pluk der Shim Miliv Rabbanan. It's Machlik the Shim Miliv Rabbanan. The Tanya, as we see in the Brayso. the master of the doctor, he says, please, I want you to put some koil, which is some kind of a medicine you should put in the eye. And by doing that, he caused him to become blind. Or he told him to take out his tooth, to clean up the tooth, he's a dentist, take care of the tooth, and he broke the tooth, he took out. So he goes to Cheros. We know that an Eved is Yotze B'Shem B'Ayin. If the master took out his eye, or took out his tooth, he goes out. Now here, the owner has no intention to take it out. He was coming to heal him. He did it for his own benefit. He goes out, according to Rabbanon. No, he needs to be intending to do it, to do damage. So the machlokes, in order to be releasing an Eved, do you have to have intention or not? Here there's no intention, so the question goes to Cheros, it depends on this machlokes. So that was the first case. He didn't realize the rock is by him. Now what happens? He knew the rock was there, but he forgot. So we'll see in most cases the halach is the same, except for the following. The Omer V'nofli gets up and falls. Then the Zikr Chayav still Chayav the Zikr like I had before, because the Zikr you Chayav even if it was Behoinus. Linan Da'ad V'rei Potter, for the fourth thing is Potter, because it has to be Mezi. It wasn't Mezi, he forgot about it. Linan Goes Chayav. Oh, here's the difference. Goes you are Chayav. Tomakor Bishgog Mechal Davli Yediyah. That's what Shgog is about. Goes means, like Shgog said, that if a person kills somebody else by mistake, he's chayav. If he knew about it, he knew that there is somebody over there. He knew there's something, then he forgot. So then he's chayav. This is exactly this case. He knew there was a rock, he forgot about it, he goes to goes. Linyan Shabbos. Potter. Shabbos, still you have to have Melechas Machshavos. That's not Melechas Machshavos. He forgot about it. Because he had no intention to hurt the Eved. So the only difference that we have when he knew and forgot is regarding goals. Now, he had this rock. He was planning to throw 2 amas, but he threw 4 amas. And it caused damage or caused any other problem. Leaning is Zikr Chayav, or Zikr Chayav. Because again, Zikr Chayav for everything. Leaning died very Potter because he was not intending to hit 4 amas away. Leaning Shabbos, Melechas Machshavos Beinon. Shabbos, throwing 2 amas to Shus Rabbin is not a problem. It's not Isur D'Oraisa. Only 4. He wasn't intending to do 4. Le'en Golus asher lo tzod Omar Achmono, part of his coming is Shtayim v'Zorek Arba. So asher lo tzod, he had an intention to exclude someone to do 2 and throw. And he wanted to throw 2 and he threw 4. Here there is 2 pshatim in Rashi. Either pshat is that he does not go to Golus. Someone who's completely mistaken goes to goals. But here he planned to throw, but he just threw too far, he doesn't go to goals. Or the opposite. Shalotzogo, he didn't intention to do something bad, he's considered to be showing he does go to goals. Question if in this case you go to goals or not. In an Eved, the same question regarding Eved, because he is by Eved, he didn't intend to do anything, and he didn't intend to do this. So we stay with the same things. Everything stays the same, except by Golus, which either he's Potter Golus or Chayav Golus. Question how you learn it. This common Zok Ar was Shmona, but he planned to throw 4 amas and he ended up throwing 8 amas. Then he's the Chayav, you're Chayav as usual. The end of very Potter, because at the end of the day, he didn't have intention to throw it to the place where he had the other. Then Shabbos, here's an enough Kimina by Shabbos. In Shabbos, he planned to 4 amas Shus Rabbim is also. He planned to throw 4. He ended up throwing 8. So if he said, I don't care where it goes. You go to this side, I don't care. So then his Melechas Machshavos, he planned to do 4 amas, and he did go 4 amas, went a little more, and he doesn't care where it goes. That means that's part of his Machshavah. He's Chayav and Shabbos. If he said, no, I wanted to go to the east, and I went to the west, I wanted to go to this side, and he went to a different side, then he put because his Machshavah was not his Chayav. Even though his intention was 4 amas, he did, which is already up here in Shus Rabbin. Then goes to Shalot Soda Prat is carrying the same pasuk had before, meaning going for 40. He would probably do 1, went a little more, and he kills somebody. Do you go to go so that? Same 2 shittas of Rashi. Either that's not going to go because that's already too much kavanah, or that's where you go to goes. In an Eved, Plukto de Shimon Rabbanon, the same Machlok Shimon Rabbanon. Why? Because of Shimon Rabbanon argue if a person hurts his slave and wasn't purposely, he's a chayav or not, the same machlekes. So Bekitzer, we learn over here the different cases that we came to say about Kavanah, when you have when a person doesn't know anything, then he's putter even from goes. He knew and forgot, he goes to goes. He planned to do 2 and go to 4, either goes or now we're not sure, but everything else stays the same. He had 4 to 8, so in addition to what we spoke till now, you also have the din by Shabbos. If he doesn't care where he goes, he's chayav because he had an intention to do a melacha of Shabbos. Okay, we'll stop over here and Be'ez Hashem continue next daf from this place.